Well, welcome to Popular Pixel. Today we're having a Mega Sega Sunday. Basically, anything having to do with the Mega Drive, Sega Genesis 32X, Sega CD. We are ready to rock and roll today. Anyways, while we jump in here and wait for a few more people, I figure we'll go ahead and just get a game going. Once I get everything up on my screen the way it needs to be here, of course. Let's see. I think a good way to start would be with some Barney's Hide and Seek. No, seriously, actually, I'm not going to play that. I don't know if I've ever played that. I got that along with a lot of games that I had purchased at some point, and well, it's there. I haven't even tested it out to see if it works properly on the Polymega, which of course I'm sure it does. But one of the games that came with that lot, Toy Story. Unfortunately, Toy Story, I have not been able to get working on the Polymega. I'm going to have to, I guess, break out the eraser and the screwdriver, take that thing apart and get it good and clean, see if I can possibly get it going. That would actually be wonderful to be able to play that game again. It was really quite a feat of getting that game going on the Sega Genesis. Beautiful game. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna be looking over the Sega Genesis, Sega Mega Drive, along with 32X and Sega CD today. Whatever kind of tickles my fancy here. And if you happen to see anything on my list of games as I'm going through, maybe go ahead and give me a shout out and tell me what you would like to see. But I think I'm going to go ahead and play Felios. I just got this game a couple of weeks ago. Well, I don't own the game. My brother, he actually brought a bunch of his stuff over, and I got a chance to rip it onto my console. I absolutely love this game. I haven't played it in years, but we'll see how this goes. The voice that they use, the digitized voice in this game, is not the greatest. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It's a great game. Hey there, Paige. Yes, absolutely love some Sega. As a matter of fact, I have some stuff that I'll be showing off coming on one of my upcoming videos here of my growing Polymega collection, having to do with Sega. But I'm not gonna. Did I go into the game or did I just go into a overview? Anyways, yes, Sega. Absolutely love the Sega. Then again, I love the Nintendo as well. But Sega Master System is what I grew up on back in the day when everybody else was playing. Oh, I should have probably put it on novice. I'm not going to make it very far. When everybody else was playing those NES games, my parents bought us a Sega Master System, which I absolutely loved because nobody else that I knew had a Sega Master System. So it was me and my brothers. We had our Master System, and anytime we wanted to play NES, basically, you can go to any number of our friends to be able to play that. But anytime they wanted to play Master System stuff, they always had to come over to our place. So it was interesting being able to actually have the Master System in a day when Nintendo ruled. I wish I had never gotten rid of my original Master System. We had the 3D system with the light phaser. I remember I sold it back when the PS3 had come out because I was trying to get some money to get the PS3 picked up. Boy, was that a mistake. I don't even care about the PC or the PS3 anymore. I'd much rather play some Master System games. But, live and learn, I guess. Guy Aries, yeah. Man, I don't really remember a whole lot about that one, to be honest. I do remember playing it on the Genesis back in the day, but I remember very little about it except that it was a shooter. Ah, crud. Would have actually been quite interesting to see this game on the Super Nintendo with all the ability of being able to do Mode 7. It would have been interesting to see what they could have done with it, as opposed to what they did on the Genesis. But obviously, this is a pretty early Genesis game. Get to fight Crop Top Medusa here. Actually, I forgot that she does that. That's gonna suck. So yeah, so her head breaks free from her statue form. I thought that was rather interesting. Ah, crud. No! At least she's not too hard of a boss. Once you realize that her eye beams are going to start bouncing around. Battlemania. Now that one does not sound familiar to me. Yeah, I can't even picture that when Gary's, or however you pronounce it, that box popped into my head immediately when I think of that one. But Battlemania, was that a shooter? What was that one? Now on the Genesis, there were some cartridge swaps that you could do. Philios was one of those games that you could do this with. I don't remember what game it was. It might have been Golden Axe. But basically, you start a game up in, say, Golden Axe. And then you just yank the cartridge out of the slot before you turn off the power or anything. And then you put Philios in. And then after you do that, it actually gives you extra options. In this case, it would actually make the game harder. I mean, the game's already hard enough. You really don't need an option like that. But it was interesting to see that certain Genesis games would do that. Another one that I remember being able to do that with was Ghouls and Ghosts. I don't remember the cartridge that you had to put in at the first place, but when you put it in there, yank it out. For Ghouls and Ghosts, if I remember correctly, it gave you infinite lives. It was all just a glitch. It wasn't actually supposed to happen that way, but it did. Troubleshooter. Okay, yeah, no, that name doesn't sound familiar to me either. Must have not been too big of a game, or I just never got a chance to see that one. Ah, okay. This is going to be interesting. See if I can even... Nope. In Sector X, on the other hand, I don't know why, that one just popped into my mind though, but in Sector X on the Genesis, I remember that one being another very difficult shooter. No, Dangerous Seed doesn't sound familiar to me either. Oh, man. Yeah, like I said, this is definitely a difficult game here. Now, the nice thing, again, about the Polymega, especially for people who are either out of practice or just don't want to get into too much of that practice, I could use those state saves, just pop in for every stage, or if I start moving down a little bit further into the game, just do a quick state save, and then that way if I die I can load it back up. It's definitely an option for someone. I really don't want to do that at the moment. It's never fun watching a game when all you're doing is state saving all the time. Oh, most definitely. It definitely comes in handy. I mean, even RPGs, like right now I'm playing Phantasy Star. Of course, I'm doing it on the Switch, but using state saves has been great. Being able to use more than just the then what's available there. I'm gonna go ahead and say no here. But even on fighting games, I got a new Super Nintendo fighting game. Well, I say new, obviously it's an older fighting game, but it's one that I haven't played in a couple of decades. So those state saves definitely came in handy for me for getting through the game. Excuse me. Oh, here we go. Shadow Dancer, one of my favorite Shinobi games. And I am, again, still using my Super Nintendo ASCII pad, and I will be utilizing the turbo buttons in this game. I don't know, for however many of you have ever played this, and then even been able to maybe play the arcade version, this version of the game is quite a bit better than the arcade counterpart. The arcade game looked nice, as a matter of fact, and I am thinking about trying to see if I can get a hold of the arcade version, well, Master System version of this game, which was actually just the arcade version. But this game on the Genesis was way better than the arcade counterpart. That didn't happen too often, but this was one of them. I've got a vintage stock in town. As a matter of fact, just the other day I was there. They had a copy of Double Dragon for the Genesis. They've had it for as long as I've lived here in town, which has been about 2 years. And I finally, I went up to him. This is actually the second time I've tried this, but I went up to him and I said, "Hey, how long do you guys, sit there with this game? Do you ever go down on price?" Last time I asked, they said no, they weren't willing to do that. This time when I asked the manager who was on duty, I didn't want to pay $40 for Double Dragon on the Genesis, especially since it's cartridge only. So he asked the employee, he said, "Well, what's the buyback on it?" And I guess the buyback was $8 for Double Dragon. That's insane. So anyways, he went ahead and dropped the price down to $25 for me. So yeah, I've got vintage stock, and then there's also 2 other game stores. No, actually, I take that back. 4 other game stores. two in this direct area, but I can go to the outer lane cities through a game exchange. And I actually shop at that place quite often. Yeah, Revenge of Shinobi definitely is one of the best games on the console as well. Shinobi 3, again, another amazing. Oh crud, wrong button. Dang it. Shinobi 3, all the Shinobi games on the Genesis honestly were great. I even liked the game on the Sega CD, or not Sega CD, what was it called? On the Sega Saturn. Um, Crud, I just wasted that probably. Oh no, it still hurts. I'm good. I can't remember what the name of that Shinobi game on the Saturn was though. I've got it over there on my shelf right now. The first Shinobi game was okay. I mean, I loved it for the time, but it definitely doesn't stand up to some of the later Shinobi games. Even Genesis, or not Genesis, on Game Gear, sorry, Game Gear Genesis. See, there I go again. Dude, my brain is so not working at the moment. But anyways, Game Gear Shinobi. The first game on there was simply amazing. I am trying to see if I can get a port of that also for the Master System. I did see a copy at Game Exchange of Game Gear Shinobi in box, sealed. They were wanting like $150, $160 for it. I was like, I'd want to rip that baby open and actually play it rather than throw it up on a shelf somewhere. Ah, dang it. Yeah, I played a lot of Double Dragon on the Master System. It was actually one of the free games that we got after buying the console. Sega was actually doing a promotion where if you send in your proof of purchase, they would send you Double Dragon in the mail. So we were able to get Double Dragon for free. Oh, dang it. I forgot about that guy shooting low. So we sent in for that, got it, but many years later after the Genesis came out, my brother, he did purchase Double Dragon, and it was a really good interpretation of the game. Oh, whatever. Now the first Shinobi game, of course, the bonus stage on that one definitely beats this one out. I mean, it's very similar, but this one is a lot easier, especially with rapid fire. I don't need a rapid fire controller to do the majority of them, except for at nighttime. I definitely need it to be able to get through it, but it's not as random as it was at the arcades with the first Shinobi game, with the ninjas running all over the place, getting ready to jump in your face. Oh. Oh. I thought that guy was going to get me. It's interesting how a lot of the ideas from the first Shinobi game really are kind of revisited here, but they did it in such a much better way. See, that's Black Turtle from the original Shinobi. Well, obviously not really, but it always gives me that feeling of Black Turtle. Did it. Timing is definitely off on... There we go. Oh, I hope I didn't do that too early. Okay, good. That was almost bad. All right. Ah, dang. I thought it was going to be low enough or high enough that I'd be able to make that jump. Crud. Ah, should have just used ninja magic. Oh, crud. Oh! This stage, I think they probably could have done it a little bit better rather than having just straight blackout areas like that. I mean, I know that's part of the game, but still. All right. That's much better. Oh man, I don't really remember how to fight this boss. Okay. Dang it. I'm not sure if those are supposed to be demon heads or cat heads that are on that thing, but I always thought they looked like cats. Messed up that early on. Well, at least I get 2 extra lives. Not sure if I'm going to need them all anyways. Hey, Old Time Gaming, how you doing today? Your Sega CD blew a fuse? What's it doing? I didn't even know that the Sega CD had a fuse on it. Was it the capacitors by chance that have gone? I've got a Sega CD-X that is no longer working. I mean, I can play Genesis games on it, but I can't play any of the Sega CD games on it. Unfortunately, dang it. Wow. I'm going to have to check that at Model 2. Yeah, I have the Model 2 as well. I really want to get my hands on a Model 1. I just, think those things are beautiful. I've got the Sega Genesis Mini sitting here with the added hunk of plastic that looks like a Sega CD Model 1. But it's just sitting here. But I love the design of the first one. But a fuse, wow, dude. I would think that a fuse wouldn't be too difficult to swap out, though. Ah, dang. Can't tell what color the black ninjas are. You just gotta kind of have to observe them and hope for the best. So I am thinking there's a spot a little bit later on that I need the ninja magic for in this section, but I honestly can't remember. Ah, man. I went and hit the button, but I missed it by a split second. Were you by chance using any third-party adapters on it? Because I have been thinking about buying there's a third-party adapter that makes it so you only need one adapter to run the 32X, the Sega CD, and the Genesis. But I've been honestly kind of afraid to even try it. See, that's where I really should have been using that ninja magic. Come on. Ah, dang it. I might be getting myself into another pickle here. So, you were using a standard AC adapter with the proper voltage and amperage on it. It just wasn't a actual Sega brand one, or? What? Oh, dang. So so it was the wrong one completely. All right. Wow, that sucks. Oh, yeah, dude, I can't even remember how to beat this guy. I'll tell you what. Once I finish up this, I'll go ahead and pull my adapter out, and I'll let you know. What? All right. Oh, crud. I just realized what I did. All right. I got it. And I still miss them. All right. Well, I think I'm going to turn rapid fire on. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. See, I don't remember having this much trouble on the boss. I would have been able to make it too. Oh well. I just hope the next one's not going to be as difficult. Oh man! That didn't even take any life off the boss. That sucks. Well, I might actually go the route of using some state saves in this case. So it's different for that side of the room. I was expecting it to be the same. Oh, crud. I think I better stick to the opposite side of the room where I know where the positioning is for the fireballs. Oh, and I was still off by a smidgen. Whatever. Oh, crap. Way too many ninjas for me to have to deal with. I think that's usually where I use the ninja magic, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I definitely don't remember how I used to do this. Wow. Timing has to be perfect there, man. Um, Big Mac. Yeah, I mean, obviously, all I could do is try. I honestly don't know if that's something they can do. You know, one of the things that they've been running into is it seems like every single time they oh dang it, I should have saved it. Every time they say something, something else happens in the world that causes problems for them. So that may be one of the reasons why they've been extra quiet lately. I don't know. But it's, you know, I guess it's worth a try. Okay, I got it. Dang. Hey, I'll be right back. Old time gaming. I'm gonna pull that out real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so let's see what it has on there. Okay, so might help if I put the microphone on. Sorry, you probably heard me a little bit, but the the output on this is a 9-volt, 1.2 amp, 120-volt input. So yeah, so a 9. Did I say 9? 8-volt. So now I'm having trouble reading this. Yeah, 8-volt, 1.2 amp. And what did you say? You said 9-volt. Okay. That's probably what the problem is. I don't know if you can see this here. I'm trying to get it close so you can see that. Looks like the yeah, and with the positive negative, I don't know exactly how to explain this, but the positive would be the C, or I guess the female, and the male would be the negative. So if you had to replace it, but it definitely sounds like you had too many. Wait, no, that is a 9. It's not an 8. So you did have it right. 9-volt, 1.2 amp. Sorry, my eyes are getting much older than I would want them to be, but you know how that goes, or maybe you don't. I don't know how old you are. When it comes to the release of the Polymega, from what I understand, they are just waiting on the shipment to come to them. It's hung up with all the stuff that's going on overseas where these things are assembled. Um, and I don't know how long that's going to be for the customs all to get through. It's been a huge pain in the butt for everybody. Many companies are having to deal with this mess right now, so it's not been good at all for anyone. Um, but they did say basically that they have thousands of these ready to go as soon as they get them in hand. So it's hard to say. I wish I could give you an answer, but even Polymega themselves don't want to answer it because as soon as they do, you know, something's going to change. Um, so, yeah, it's coming though. You know, that's a good question. I don't know what else would cause besides maybe too much voltage going down your power line. Faulty wiring. Who knows? It could also be just that the fuse was old and it needed to be replaced, but I've never dealt with that before. So again, that's one of those things. Let me see. What would be a good game to hit up here? Final Zone, man, that was an awesome game. I love that one. I haven't played it for a very long time, so I don't want to put you guys through that one right now. Revenge of Shinobi? Nah. Let's do some classics. So Nice. Get some So Nice the Hedgehog going here. Whoop. You know what? Here, let me grab that too. 1 second. And of course, the adapters that I use are the original ones that came with the console. Okay, this one's easier to read. Oh, interesting. Now, the output on this one says it's 10 volt with a 0.85 amp. 0.85 amp, really? Now that is weird. Class 2 power supply for use with video game. And it looks like the polarity is switched on this one too. It's got the negative female and the positive male. 10 volt, 8.5 amp. I've never heard of an 8.5 amp before. But again, I don't know if you can make that out, if that's going to even show up on camera or not, but that's definitely what it says. I wonder if I somehow got this mixed up with my Master System one at some point, except I actually wrote Genesis on it to make sure that I didn't get it wrong. That's weird. But that definitely could be the situation. So you are using an aftermarket amp on that then, or I'm sorry, AC adapter. Oh, of course. Right, Nick? Oh, okay, wait a minute. So you've got a Model 1 Genesis running on your Model 2 Sega CD. Is that what you've got going on? Now, because I do have a Model 2 Genesis that I run with my Sega CD, but I haven't even really used my Model 1 Genesis and I don't know how long. I can check that one out too. Oh, barely gotten there. Okay, so Model 1 Genesis. That's a different story. Hold on. Yeah, that one's 9 volt with a 1.2 amp. But yeah, I've used the Model 2 with my Model 2 Sega CD for years and never had any problems. As far as Model 1, I've known a few people to have done that, and obviously it's supposed to work, but I don't know the ins and outs of all of that. Oh, hey, Eric. It's funny that you should pop in. Someone just asked if it would be possible to get one of you guys in and start having a video conversation like that. So that's awesome that you're here. Well, while Eric starts answering some of your questions here, I'm gonna get out of Sonic. Not in the mood to play that one, I guess, too much right now. You know, and a lot of people that I've been, looking at on Facebook and stuff, they've been talking about all the worries and everything going on with the situation at hand. So I'm glad that you're able to come on over here, Eric, and talk to everybody. So many people getting frustrated without hearing anything from you guys, but I know I know what it's like to have one thing to say and then something happen that you have absolutely no control over, and then of course you get crapped on for it. So that really sucks. But to ease a lot of people's minds, as I do quite often, I just absolutely love the Polymega. It's definitely worth the wait, even if it does mean, waiting a little bit longer to have to get it in hand, rather than going out and canceling an order. It's an awesome console. I love playing it. May, wow, that's awesome. That sounds great. Oh, I can only imagine, how, I mean, this has been a huge headache for you guys. I mean, I know you've got all the situations going on with the chip shortages and, everything else that just kind of piled on top. And then, adding this cherry on top with the military coup causing more issues for you guys out that way. I am glad though that you were able to get in with a German uh, company rather than a China-owned company, so that you didn't have as many problems as it could have been. I know I, for one, am definitely looking forward to that Sinden light gun. I've been purchasing quite a few light gun games. Even got some right here in hopes of that Master System support. Just picked up these two games the other day, but we'll see if the Master System ends up coming around. So what do you know about that by chance there, Eric, as far as Master System support? Last I heard, they were planning on trying to do something with that, get that working. Oh, dude, no way. You know, I wish I could say that I wasn't jealous, but I am extremely jealous that you were playing Point Blank. I've never actually played Point Blank ever, but just the fact that you were playing it on the Polymega makes me extremely happy. I've got several of the Point Blank games waiting on here ready, not to mention games like House of the Dead and Virtua Cop. That's going to be awesome. Oh, so you mean you physically worked on Lethal Enforcement, like the not arcade, well, the arcade game or the console release? Oh wow, WarioWare with guns. All right, that sounds interesting. But yeah, another question that came up here: any future modules supported systems that you can tease? Again, anything concerning Master System or not a module by itself, but that sort of thing. You worked at Konami? Wow, dude, that's cool. Wow, I'd like to look that up, see what other stuff that you worked on, of course, besides the Polymega. See, that's not something that I was even in the knowledge of before. Being able to now find out that you've worked in the industry before, now you're working on a console like this. That is really cool. All right, well that's fair enough. Not at liberty to say yet. I mean, it makes sense, and I completely understand as far as wanting to get the console out the door, especially before you even start saying anything more, because that's probably only going to make people angry. But anything that you guys do right now, with as much time now that I've had to be able to not only get into the beta testing, but then to get my hands on the retail version of this console, being able to play this and see the things that you guys have done, I am just blown away personally. And I'm definitely spreading the word about it as much as I can. All right, yeah, I'll have to look that up. Thank you. So Eric had mentioned that just in case you don't see the text there, that on his LinkedIn page you can actually see the stuff that he's worked on. I haven't used LinkedIn in years. I always get emails from them still. Oh dang, I got blown away there. But I'll have to hop in there and take a look. Man, I'm just not seeing. Oh, well, this is one here. Samurai Shodown. I think, do I have the patch? Oh, I gotta push it in. I hope it's on this one. I might have accidentally deleted. There's a really cool patch for Samurai Shodown that gives you much better colors, making it look much closer to the arcade. Ah, dang it, I don't have it on here. I forgot to save that one. I still feel like playing some Samurai Shodown anyways. I am, again, playing on a Super Nintendo controller, so I'm not quite sure how well this is going to go. Because they did turn this into a 6-button game. Okay, got the buttons figured out now. Ah, oh, I don't know how that happened. That's an awesome reply. Thanks, Eric. I like that. And that's what I've been saying to people as well. I mean, I know that Playmaji is a very small organization right now, but being able to kind of stay calm when a lot of this stuff is going on. Man, this controller sucks for this game. But we thank you for everything that you guys are doing and continuing to do through the development and trying to get these things finished and get them stateside so that they can, of course, get in the hands of all the people. Oh man, here's another one that I haven't played in a long time. I guess I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. This is one of them that my brother let me borrow. The Master System version of Castle of Illusion I always felt was quite a bit better than the Genesis one, but the first time I played the Genesis version of this game, I fell in love with it. Sorry, I'm reading some of the comments as well, so I'm kind of trying to follow some of this too. Oh, crud. Yeah, that's a good move too, I think, Eric. I mean, a lot of people are complaining about the price of the Polymega being so high, but when I was watching a video just the other day with that, what are they called? Those NTs. I can't remember what the name of the company is that makes those other consoles, but it's like for the Super Nintendo, it's like, or no, it's for the NESs that they just recently released. It's like $400 or $500 just to play NES games, and I hear people complaining about the price of the Polymega here, and man, the Polymega, I think it is at a pretty good price point. I definitely am willing to pay the amount of money that's being asked for it, mainly because of all the consoles that it can take care of rather than it just being one console at that price. So we got little ghost mushrooms. Matthew, it is definitely worth the wait, man. It's awesome. As you've probably heard me say many times over, of course. It's got me very interested in collecting games again and trying to get more games to see on the beautiful screen that that come through because of the Polymega. Any other questions you guys might have? I mean, definitely now is the time to do so, or even get some more people in here out of from your different chat areas that you might have around the internet, because this kind of thing obviously doesn't happen too often, but being able to have a live representative from Playmaji here, that's really cool. Oh man, not even just the interface. Every time I boot the console up and I get to hear that music that's playing, I don't know if you can really even call it music, but that I guess it is music. But the music that's kind of playing in the menu system, it's just got this calming feeling about it. Very much like the Wii, how the Wii had such a nice calming sound that went along with it. Oh yeah, not just translation patches, but patches that also actually change the gameplay of a game, so that way you can play a game in a way that you've never been able to play before. Is really cool. As a matter of fact, I was watching some videos the other day. One of them was this really weird Super Mario Brothers hack that completely changed the game. I mean, it was kind of pointless, but it was just Mario jumping on the head of Luigi and Luigi kind of running back and forth. But that was the whole point of the game, having Mario jump on Luigi's head. So again, it's being able to play games in a way that you couldn't before. But for those games that you do want to play that are too expensive because the American market didn't have very many of them, especially with some of these RPGs, being able to play the Japanese version so you can buy the game at a much cheaper cost and play the English version is really cool. That would be awesome. I've never gotten a chance to play the CD32, but I know if it ended up coming to the Polymega, that I'd end up having to get quite a few games just because of never been able to play something like that. CDI, 3DO, those are a couple of more that obviously I'd love to see, but I know how much work it is, you know, trying to not only add the emulation support, but then the support for all of those games to show up on the screens. It's not a quick, easy task. Yeah, man, I second that N64. I am a huge N64 fan. Yeah, actually, Mac, that's a good question. I heard, I haven't actually checked, but I've been told that the Polymega is actually in the computers listed at places like GameStop. Do you know if any of that is true or not? I was going to ask him about it, and I completely forgot about it when I was over there the other day. Ah. Now, also, Eric, if I'm not mistaken, the Polymega was also designed in such a way that you would be able to upgrade the processor down the road. And I did see one video where somebody took the Polymega apart and they were actually able to remove the processor from the unit. So I know that it is possible down the road. That's good. I think he means down the road, though. I mean, how long of a warranty do you offer on the Polymega? So that way it's not, you know, let's say 6 years down the road and something should happen. Would you still be backing it later on, or is it going to be one of those things where it's got like a year warranty where if something should happen, then it'll be replaced? But something six years down the road, is that something that you would still replace? I would assume that you would offer maybe a repair or something like that. Is that the case? Hold on a second there. Let me save this real quick. Okay, no, it's Wonder Boy and Monster World. Not Monster World 4. I thought maybe I did have it because my brother brought some games over that that I don't own, obviously. But no, unfortunately, Monster World 4 I do not own. I do remember I've played that like once. Don't know much about it except for the green-haired girl. Wow, that's really cool to know. Yeah, the CPU is basically just held in by a oh man, I keep messing things up. Just held in place, basically by a metal bar. Um, so when he's talking about the heat sink, it's basically just like a gel that you can get and just slap it on there, and then slap on your new CPU. I was watching like I said, a video on someone who was actually messing around with it a little bit, and it did look real simple. There you go, Fight Club. I am in agreement on that, though. Exactly. Man. Actually, I know that it does not support the mouse. I've already tried using the mouse on my Polymega. But a good question would be: is there plans to support any of the mice? I've got the mouse for the Sega Genesis, and it recognizes it as a controller, and it just kind of starts wigging out as soon as you plug it in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to save this real quick here. Okay, so how do you get the mouse working? Is it in the current build that we have? What is that 1.7 or oh 07? Um, I'm just curious because when I plug mine into my console, it like I said just kind of starts wigging out. So here I've got my mouse for the Sega Genesis, and we're going to plug it in, and immediately recognize. Oh, it immediately recognized it before. Huh. Now it doesn't even recognize it as a controller. Oh, so you have to use a USB mouse. I'm sorry. So, oh wow. Okay, that's really cool. I mean, who cares? I hate to say it, but honestly, who cares if the console mice are not working? But if you have the possibility of getting a USB mouse working and still being able to play the mouse-based games, that is really pretty awesome. Thank you very much for clarifying. I'm gonna have to give that a shot later on. Yeah, even if it's not working great though, it's still one of those things that I'd like to go ahead and see. I mean, I'm not expecting it to be something spectacular or anything, but just the fact that you guys have put some work into that and got that going, that's awesome. Very cool. Well, I appreciate it. So is that something that's working on the current revision 107, or is that the one that you guys have been working on, the 108? Now, which one is that? The Sega CD Lords of Thunder, or is that going to be the TurboGrafx Turbo Dual one? Sega CD. I've never played the Sega CD version of it. I do want to give that one a shot, but I own the TurboGrafx one personally. Well, I know my brother's going to be excited about that. He ordered his Polymega on one of the very first days before. Well, I guess after your servers started going down, and he went out and bought his new SSD for it and everything. He's super excited about getting it. You know what? I haven't done any other consoles like I said I was going to do. I've been stuck on Genesis. So let me save this, get out. I think I'm going to back over. What do we got for the Sega? I know. No, I did that one recently. Let me see here. All right, just because a Sega CD classic. I was absolutely in love with this game. Now I know this is probably one of the first games that I played on the Polymega when I got it, at least close to it. I've never been able to beat this game. I wish they would do a HD revision for this one for the Switch.
Stay cool. Don't let them freak out. Catfish the whole hog. And bring them down. Uh-oh. I'm renegade mate. The critters have 3 and 6. Neither.
Wow. Okay, now that is exciting. So you're adding support to be able to actually pull the game saves that are currently on battery backup. That is super cool. That's another thing that's good to hear. I remember that was one of the first things that I also tried, is see if the swapping worked or not with Monster Rancher. Very good question.
There's a whole mess of bogeys at Barry. 12, 9 or 6. On target, line stick. Cat-faced a ghost, but I think Vector 3, 9 or 12. Fucking good. You nailed those jumps. Hi there. I'm Commissioner Stenchler. You know, that wasn't too bad, kid. A real...
Potential!
That's it. Just remember, a clean sewer is a happy sewer. Don't listen to him. He wants you to blow it. You're barely making it, pal. Push the envelope back a little. Turn and burn. Attention, sewer mart shoppers. We've got a lovely assortment of monkeys bearing. 3, 12, 6.
I apologize. It looks like my internet is having some hiccups here and there. I don't know if it's noticeable on your guys' end. Yeah, it really does suck. Not just for you guys. I mean, a lot of companies are having to deal with this exact same problem. People seem to forget that. They think that it's just some kind of game that you're all playing over there at Polymega, but if they just open their eyes and observe, they can see that there's many problems going on around the tech world for the exact same problems that you're having. Yeah, exactly correct, Eric.
Coming in from Falco. Goes to Falco. Come in, Falco. Oh, Falco's in Sector 19. That's a real dangerous kind of place. That's why I made it one of those, prohibition,
Prohibited access discretionary control zones.
what she said. In other words, stay out of Sector 19. Get off my ship-to-ship channel, Stenchler. You're polluting the airwaves.
Thanks, Philip. Yeah, that
Dog feed there.
again, good information to have from someone who's working in an industry like that.
Yeah, you see, I use classy words like that because, I'm a totally, Pothead! Let's dance! That's human trash compactors in Solar City, and we're not. You gotta take us out of the way, kid. Your new call sign is Ratbreath. Turn in, Bird.
Oh man, I can't even imagine.
And motion sphere 9, 12, 3.
And I'm dead. I mean, it definitely would be good to have something official from one of your guys' official pages to be dropped. Um, I don't spend a whole lot of time on social media anymore because I've just gotten sick of things over the past year. But I was just on one of the Polymega pages just either yesterday or this morning, I don't remember, and just reading through the things. People are just so um, lost as to what's going on. Yeah, and like I was saying, I don't know if you were in here at the time. Um, when people hear about the news, they either don't believe it anymore or they don't know really what to make of it. And you guys don't have any control over that. It seems like every time that you have gone and said something, something else in the world has happened that's caused problems. If it wasn't the chip shortage, or if it wasn't COVID, if it wasn't this military coup, it just seems like everything is getting dumped on you guys on these things that you have absolutely no control over. I feel so sorry for you guys as a startup company like this, because there's been so many things going on that are just outside of your control. Especially after you have already come out and said, "Hey, we're going to be dropping it at such and such a date," or "Here's more information on this date," and that sort of thing. So I truly appreciate what you guys are doing. I appreciate the wonderful product that you guys have come up with. Yeah, that's I mean that's for sure. And once those start getting out, hopefully in May, like you guys are hoping to be able to see people start opening this up. Sure, a few people got it back in February, but to be able to see thousands of people being able to finally open it, uh, I would wager that we'd be seeing some more people dropping more money, trying to pre-order it now that they start seeing it ship out again. So I'm really excited for you guys. Yeah, definitely. Most definitely, Nick.
Falco, do you read me, buddy? Blast her, she walked right into it. Catfish, give me your last known coordinates.
Well, she's plumb off the scope, Mr. Ghost, but I show critters and they're headed your way.
All right, you scout ahead. We'll check out the critters. Just stay out of Sector 19. Okay, rat breath, shoot the tubes.
Guys, GA, Vector 12, Snyder.
That would be awesome if you could. I mean, hitting up as many of the different live streams and whatnot, or even set up. Saru and we've been talking, wanting to do a polycast video again. It might even be awesome if we could hook up and get you in on that stream. See if we can have you to answer some additional questions when that might be coming around. Oh, I'm definitely dead now. I'm out of energy, out of bullets, and now I'm going to explode. That's true. I mean, the product, to me, a while back, it had potential. It was really an awesome sounding idea. Um, but since I've had my hands on it, and even more recently since I've gotten my hands on the modules, it's insane. I don't think I do as much classic gaming as I have since I got the Polymega. Before, it was such a hassle. I mean, got my closet back over here that I've been, pulling out the consoles. I have them all in their own little boxes with controllers and whatever. And whenever I get the mood to play a game, I have to go dig it out and hook it up. And then you don't even have a very good picture. But now what we've got here with the Polymega, it's simply amazing. You have the ability to keep it hooked up, keep your games all in one area, and put all your other consoles essentially away. Every once in a while, I have to pull it out to pull out a favorite controller and that sort of thing. But being able to just turn it on, turn the TV on, go right to the game that I want to play is beyond amazing. It's almost like a dream. And yes, it is emulation. People complain about it being emulation, but it's been great. I mean, without it being emulation, I wouldn't have the ability to add patches to it. So that again is another plus. And it's great to hear from people like this, like Freelancer here, who is still excited even after all the problems that have been going on. Still looking forward to the product, but still keeping that energy as well, rather than just kind of giving up or throwing bad names out there. Just trying to turn Playmaji, into dust. But they definitely need our support. Thanks, Blaine. Yeah, no, and you know, I think some of the elitists, they're the ones that are complaining about the emulation thing, as opposed to being that system on a chip or whatever it's called. I can't even remember what it's called. I used to be super excited about it, but after seeing it, it's emulation on a different level is what it is. So this this system that they have is simply amazing. Also, yeah, time gal. Well, let me go to that real quick for you. I'm not any good at it anymore. I used to be, but um, where is it at here? Time gal. It's just another uh, Dragon's Lair style game. But Big Mech, from what I understand, there is, or with the Polymega, they do have support for like USB hard drives now. It does slow things down. I've not actually tried it myself yet, but it is able. You are able to run ROMs off of a thumb drive, off the SD card, off of a drive that's plugged in through USB. So it is available.
Game creative staff. Wolf Team.
I love this music. It's almost like a 80s game show or 70s game show. So this was an arcade game. I've also got this one for the Saturn, but the first time that I ever heard of it or even played it, of course, was on the Sega CD. Oh man. It takes a lot of, or a real quick timing on that up barely gave me a second even to react. My mind definitely can't react as fast as it used to when I was younger playing this game. Yeah, I don't know if Eric is in here anymore, but I do want to say thank you very much, Eric, for hopping in and answering questions like that. That was really awesome of you to be able to do. Wow, dude, I'm getting my butt kicked here. So yeah, that's Time Gal anyways. Sorry, I was reading, not watching the game. Hopefully a company that knows how to use Twitter makes a console like this. I guess I'm not quite following. Um, I mean, I'm not even a fan of Twitter, to be honest. I don't really do much on there myself. Oh man, one of the beta testers, I was looking at his stuff. He has, what happened there? Interesting. I paused it and then went out of it. Anyways, he's got, I don't know if it was about 4,000. It's over 3,000 games on his console. I only have like 500 some odd games on here. I am pressing the wrong button. That's what the problem is. Oh, dude, Road Avenger. Okay, I'm getting my butt kicked here too, anyways. But now that you've brought Road Avenger up, I have to watch the intro. I can't not hear the name Road Avenger and not listen to this. I'd say it is kind of a guilty pleasure. I mean, I really do enjoy the old see, I forget even what style of games those are called. It's not even coming to me at the moment. But those the video games like this from back in the 90s that were all the rage. I even have some more modern games like this on both my PC as well as on my Switch. FMV, thank you. Full motion video, goodness gracious. I swear, my memory has been slipping a lot. Hopefully this song that's playing here isn't gonna kick me out for having copyrighted issues like it did with the Power Rangers game. I know many years back, the band, they re-recorded this song. I did a video on this game quite a while back. That's good to hear, Big Mac. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, he was in here for what, hour and a half, answering questions. Doing what he can to try to keep that confidence. Oh, It was nothing that I did. I wish I could say that, that was me that got him to come in here. Whoever it was that asked the question, even to get one of the people from Polymega in here. I was thinking, well, I can drop a bug in their ear, but I didn't even get a chance to do that, and he had already popped in here. So I guess, seeing as though I'm a beta tester, maybe he had already kind of flagged me to kind of be watching my videos and that sort of thing. I don't know exactly what it was, but he obviously saw that I was on and decided to pop in here, so that was great. Um, Actually, I don't. Right, Ryu, if you saw that video that I did concerning that Rock Howard theme, I did get flagged on that one, but it was probably flagged during the part when children actually came on. That's probably what it was. I'd have to go back and look, but children was one of those songs back in the 90s that I enjoyed listening to anyways. This is definitely one of the better FMV games that was on the Sega CD, if you ask me. Watch out, don't run over that little kid. All right. Oh, was it really? Well, that's good. Maybe you were the one that was making some comments on that video, actually, Ryu. Um, I know that video really hasn't done very well, but just because of my love for the song, it was one of those things that I wanted to do. Corpse Killer, actually, yeah, that one was really a good game as far as FMV games go, because I mean it's a rail shooter. You you really can't go wrong. Um, Actually, I think I is it under I think it's Sega CD. I thought I had the 32X version on here as well. Maybe I have to go into Corpse Killer. Okay, 32X CD. My brother recently brought Corpse Killer over for the Sega CD version, so I know I installed that one. So I don't know which one is actually going to boot up here. Maybe I shouldn't have installed that. Yeah, being able to get the Polymega in May or even June. I mean, even if they ship it late May, I mean, ideally getting into May would be awesome. And that's great news. I know they're really at the whim right now of the shipper. So it's hard to say what's gonna happen for sure, but I really do hope it stays on. Okay, this is the Sega CD version. It's not the 32X one. I think.
You dying, Lieutenant.
I don't know. That looks
Zombie might
pretty
get the
good. No, this
poison.
is the 32X version
Winston
that's
Crump.
playing at the moment.
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, I like your piece, man.
That
Yeah.
actually looks
We gonna
pretty
find
good on
some
here.
now,
I'm actually kind of
huh?
surprised.
I not so dumb, bro. Bet you bad
3DO
man
would
with
be
that shooting
nice.
iron, huh? Me
Honestly,
tell
I
you what.
I would want CDI
Let me
over
treasure
3DO,
here.
but
Let me your
I
taxi.
was a
You
huge
spend mine.
CDI supporter back in
Wanna
the
get
day.
big, hammer cheap like what Arnold got in Hollywood, huh?
Well, with like you said, there was 5,000 consoles that they're getting ready to hopefully ship out. Um, I would think that you would be able to be a part of that. I don't know, obviously for sure, but it would be nice. I got to do this real quick. I want to see the difference. I thought I had it on here, or have I not reinstalled that one? Oh, there it is, Corpse Killer. I just want to see the video difference between the 32X and the Sega Saturn. Wow, look at that.
You dying, Lieutenant. Zombie bite got a poison in you. Winston Crump.
This actually almost looks on par with the Sega CD as far as the video quality goes, but obviously it's full screen rather than just being a much
Not so
smaller
dumb, bro. Bet you
resolution.
bad man with that shooting iron, huh? Me tell you what.
But of course, the
Let me
Saturn
treasure
also
here.
had
Let me your
that
taxi.
that
You spend
expansion
mine.
memory for video
Wanna
on
get
certain
big,
games that
hammer
it would
cheap like
actually
what Arnold
improve
got
the
in
video,
Hollywood, huh?
much like again as I was talking about the CDI, much like the CDI, where you can expand it and make the video look even better. But I think I'm going to do probably just one more game here, and after that, I'll probably get going. I was only planning on being on for about 2 hours or so, but when Eric popped on, obviously I didn't want to just bail out. Hey, Sniper Man, how you doing?
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Oh, I got to use rapid fire now in this one. Oh yeah, that's good. That definitely works in this game. I don't know if any of you have ever played Space Harrier on the PC Engine, but using whoa, dang, that came out of nowhere. Using the rapid fire on the PC Engine or Turbo Graphics, it did not work well at all. It worked much better just to leave it turned off. Yeah, dude, so am I. I'm like extremely tired at the moment. Dude, I'm getting rocked.
Get ready.
Looks like I am having some internet issues again. I don't know if you guys are having that, but it's a constant battle with my internet provider, to be honest. This was such an amazing arcade game. Yu Suzuki, the guy who kind of created the whole super scaler games for Sega, oh man, he had some great ideas. I wish that back when the Sega Genesis was released, that they would have actually added support. I mean, considering how many games and how the popularity of the games that they had with the super scaling, if they would have you know, put in some extra hardware on the Genesis that allowed native super scaling rather than trying to do it. You know, kind of like with the Sega CD. The Sega CD had that super scaling that was kind of added to it. But playing Space Harrier 2 on the Sega Genesis, oh my gosh, that was a horrible game. Even if you go, I might actually do this after I die. Go into, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do it because I'm obviously dead there. Anyways, if we go over to Sega CD Afterburner 3, for instance, did I say is it Afterburner 3? Yeah, it is Afterburner 3. So nope, that's the Sega CD one. I went into the wrong thing here. Genesis Afterburner 2. I mean, it's not a horrible game, but when you think the Master System version is considerably better than the Genesis, that's kind of odd. Same thing with Afterburner. I recently purchased Afterburner for the Sega Master System. Well, Master System as well as Thunderblade. But the Genesis version of Thunderblade, the Genesis version of Afterburner, both super scalers, they weren't very good games. I mean, I'm looking at this now. I mean, it looks okay, especially for the day. I mean, it was not horrible, but if they would have had that extra support for the super scalers, it would have just been so much better. But Thunderblade, on the other hand, if you compare Thunderblade on the Genesis with Thunderblade on the Master System, it's really sad to say, but the Master System version was quite a bit better. All right, so now we take that and then we pop back on over to the 32X and compare that to Afterburner. It's such a huge difference. Yeah, I know there's extra hardware, and it was what was that, about 6 years later, 7 years later, when they put the 32X out? I don't really even know. But this game, I think looks beautiful on the 32X. I mean, it's not arcade perfect, but it looks great. Sound too. It's not your typical Genesis sound. This one actually uses the extra 32X hardware for audio, which is really rare when it comes to 32X games. Most companies, well, of course, this one was made by Sega, but most of the companies kind of took the easy way out and just used the Genesis to produce the audio rather than using any of the extra hardware on the 32X. Oh, most definitely Magnus. Oh my gosh. Obviously, one of the best displays of the Sega CD using that scaling hardware was with Batman Returns. That was amazing. It was a hard game. I mean, impossibly hard. Well, not impossible. I have beaten it many times, but still, extremely hard game. But those racing stages, oh my gosh, they were beautiful. Oh, Big Mech. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it real quick here for you. Yeah, here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot that to you guys right now in case anyone's interested. This I haven't used it myself yet. I've found out about it recently. But what this is, it's one AC adapter that will be able to power the Genesis, the 32X, and the Sega CD all at once, rather than having to use 3 bricks. My Sega, not Sega CD, my 32X one is back there in the box still. But man, if Sega could have done something like that back in the day, that would have been simply amazing. But anyways, hey guys, I am definitely gonna have to call it quits here. It's probably past my dinner time. My wife's probably wondering what's going on. But anyways, thank you very much for dropping by. Again, Eric, thank you also. If you happen to get this, thank you very much for dropping by and answering those questions. It's definitely what was needed. And I like that you're willing to kind of get out there and start doing that a little bit more for the people that have been kind of feeling, like they're the ones that have been kind of pushed aside even after putting the money forward on this console. But I know you guys are doing what you can in a world that's filled with all sorts of unknowns, especially in the tech world right now, as it has been over the past year. When COVID hit, that kind of threw a wrench into everything in more ways than one. But guys, hey, thank you very much for dropping by, and I guess I'll see you on the next stream. And again, I've got some other videos that I'm trying to still get out. I know I have one for sure that I'll probably be doing in about a week to 2 weeks, not counting my streams, anyways. But again, oh, you are still there. Great, thanks, Eric. But until next time, guys, keep on gaming.